crowd's ready. The Seahawks at 6-7. Checking out what the Rams are doing. They're trailing late in their game with Kansas City. Leon Washington, who's had 3 kickoff returns for touchdowns this season, backs up 6 yards deep and takes a knee. Great kick by Michael Kanan, the punter and the kickoff man for the Falcons. The Seahawks will start from the 20, and the veteran Matt Hasselbeck, he has to bounce back. Last week, he threw 4 interceptions in their loss.
Yeah, and you can see he's playing with a broken wrist. Now, getting Mike Williams back and Ben Obamanu will be big for him, his top 2 wideouts. And then the offensive line. I think Chester Pitts getting in there at left guard next to the rookie Russell Okung is going to be big for this group up front, finding that continuity.
And the handoff right away to Marshawn Lynch, who gets 4 yards up to the 24-yard line. We talked about the Falcons defensively. One key man is John Abraham, who leads the pass rush.
He's having a great season. Croy Bierman on the other side, Sam, got into the mix with a couple of sacks last week. Very good linebacking core. Curtis Lofton, one of the better young middle linebackers in the league. Very young at safety with Thomas DeCoop and William Moore.
Lynch again. Flag goes down. He gets 2 yards to the 26-yard line. We'll check out the flag. Walt Coleman, 22-year veteran, is our ref.
Offense, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
That's the man you talked about, Tim. Chester Pitts, just back in the lineup. He's called for holding.
Yeah, he's been out 3 games. And that's that power run that we're going to see, I think, a lot in this football game today. And that was the run that gave Atlanta so many problems, Sam, last week against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina went over 200 yards on him, and Pete Carroll knows it. He knows that front side stretch, that front side power will give this Atlanta Falcon defense some problems.
Ball back to the 15, 2nd and 15 for the Seahawks, who go with 2 tight ends. Hasselbeck short drop, throws to Mike Williams. Williams, who missed last week with an ankle injury, back in the lineup, makes the catch.
Sam, this is the run I talked about last week. Carolina just gashed them for 212 yards. Look at, you get 2 tight ends, you seal the edge, the center ends up blocking the middle linebacker, and then you'll see it all synced up right here for real, the key blocks. Look, you just get a hat on everybody, and then let your running back go to work. They ran that play 4 times last week, did Carolina, for over 100 yards.
On 3rd and 5, Sean Weatherspoon in the linebacker for the Falcons. Parade Jerry in on the defensive line. Hasselbeck swings it out to Lynch. He's got a first down. Up across the 40-yard line to the 42. And he's hitting Lynch in motion in stride perfectly. Pickup of 17 on the play.
And probably where Marshawn Lynch is underrated. He's a big power back, gets in the middle, runs hard. Really physically looks like Steven Jackson of the Rams. But he's good in the backfield, out of the backfield as a pass receiver too. And the beauty of that one there was Matt Hasselbeck was on time with that swing pass. That's one thing about Matt, excuse me, Sam, with this such a great rhythm thrower over his career here. A lot of that has changed in this offense for Jeremy Bates.
Justin Forsett in the backfield. He throws outside to the tight end, Cameron Mora, the 2nd-year man out of California. And he takes it up to the 47, a pickup of 5 on the play. Good start offensively for the Seahawks.
You mentioned Matt coming off those 4 interceptions from last week, that game against the San Francisco 49ers. You know, he's doing a lot of different things. This offense really mimics the Denver offense when Jeremy Bates was there with Mike Shanahan. And it's all different for Matt Hasselbeck. A lot of shotgun, a lot of waiting for guys to come free. Much different from that rhythm offense that he learned under Holmgren.
Marshawn Lynch back in. Good carry. Stays on his feet. Into Falcon territory down to the 42. That's a first down. The safety, Thomas DeCoop, with the tackle. A pickup of 11 on the play.
And this is where you want your 220-pound back. Straight downhill, Marshawn Lynch. Off to the right side. Oh, nice block. Nice block out on the end by the tight end. Cam Mora just kicking down the defensive end, giving that running lane. And that's what got Atlanta against Carolina. That edge blocking should be key in this one today for the Seahawks.
At the Falcons 43, Michael Robinson in at fullback. With Justin Forsett, the running back, thrown out to Robinson. And gets out of bounds, is pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Picked up 3 on the play. John Abraham, the man to force him out of bounds. John Abraham, who's so vital in the pass rush for the Falcons, but right now the mixture has been real good. The short passes and the runs inside by Marshawn Lynch have been very effective.
And that time, Abraham, Sam, you see his 11 sacks on the season. He was in coverage that time. He dropped to that little curl area and was in charge of making that tackle out in the flat.
2 tight ends. Forsett is the running back on 2nd and 7. Quick outside, it was tip caught by the tight end Mora. Nice adjustment by Mora on the tip pass. Takes it down to the 31 for another Seahawks first down.
Brian Williams, the nickel corner, he's going to come off the slot. There he is. You'll see him get his hand up and get it on this ball. Good concentration there by Cam Mora, and I'll tell you, they have hit that area. You talk about the flanks out by the numbers. This has been the area of attack for Seattle so far in this game.
Handed to Forsett, and the speedy back through a nice hole. Fights his way down to the 22-yard line. He picked up 9 on the play. Good blocking up front by the Seahawks offensive line. Chris Spencer, the center. Mike Gibson has moved to right guard with Chester Pitts in at left guard. There's Matt Ryan with this effective drive.
Hey,
they're keeping the Falcons offense on the sideline.
And here's the beauty of it. Almost 6 minutes time of possession already. 9th play coming up for Matt Hasselbeck and the Seattle Seahawks. Your best defense today could be keeping that juggernaut Matt Ryan over on the sideline with ball control.
Hasselbeck 5 for 5 for 44 yards. A handoff inside to Robinson, the fullback. And Robinson gets a first down short of the 20-yard line. Great start thus far by the Seahawks. Pete Carroll, the first-year head coach here in Seattle. They have made a lot of personnel changes. The question I have, Tim, will they be able to get to the finish line? They seem to be wearing down a little bit at times. When they lose big.
Yeah, that's the thing with Pete. He said we've been so darn inconsistent. We win by 20 or we lose by 20. I'm telling you, getting those 2 wideouts today, I think will propel them to where they want to end up.
Out of the shotgun on first down. Hasselbeck steps up and runs and goes down to the 15-yard line. Picks up 5 on the play. Always a dangerous move because Matt has got that broken bone in his hand that you talked about.
And you can see it's bothering him. I'll tell you one thing that people don't talk about, and there's a lot of ways that's going to affect him in this game and has over the last couple of weeks. He's really playing with one arm. But where it's really affected him is off the field, in the weight room, staying in shape. Hard to do that when you can't do anything with your left arm.
On second down, he hands up with the right hand of Marshawn Lynch, who heads for the goal line. And he is short, just short of the goal line. Inside the 1. Brent Grimes made the tackle for Atlanta. You hear the fan reaction. What an effort by Marshawn Lynch. Great run.
Pretty wild. Hitting him on the flanks in the passing game and right up the gut in the running game. What a terrific block by Chris Spencer, the center, and the right guard, Mike Gibson. Right guard Mike Gibson was able to kick him out. This is his first start at right guard, by the way. And then Spencer had the key block, creating that hole.
Chris White, a center, is eligible. The handoff to Lynch. And he's in. Touchdown. Play drive. 7 runs, 5 passes, 80 yards, and the Seahawks take the lead. That was impressive.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better. Exactly what they wanted to do in the passing game, playing the horizontal game, hitting them out on the flanks, and then busting them right down the gut with the power run.
Extra point by Alindo Mare is good. 5th rushing touchdown of the 6th rushing touchdown of the season for Marshawn Lynch. He got close on the previous run. He put it in on the short run. Seahawks lead. What a drive by the Seahawks. They took half the quarter with that drive. 7.5 minutes, 12 plays, 80 yards. Great start for the Seahawks. Olindo Mare, line drive kick. Eric Weems takes it on a bounce at the 3. Weems has had one return for a touchdown this season, and he is brought down just short of midfield. Great return by Eric Weems. Gives the Falcons good field position for their first offensive possession. Seahawks fans are in good spirits today. Falcons will start from the 49-yard line, a 46-yard return by Eric Weems. And the crowd gets loud in a hurry. Ryan Keeps throws to his tight end Justin Peel, and he's got a first down. On the scoreboard, the New Orleans Saints were defeated in Baltimore 30-24. So the Falcons, looking to take control, with a win today, would have a 2-game lead. They play the Saints next week. They'd have a 2-game lead in the NFC South. Turner and Mulhaley in the backfield. Mulhaley shifts back at fullback. It's Turner again. As he gets down to the 38-yard line. Falcons offense led by Matt Ryan at quarterback, but a good running team.
Very good run team. Michael Turner leads the NFC in rushing. O.V. Mulhaley, no slouch. Roddy White, Sam, as you know, a premier wide receiver. This is the group, though, that makes it all go. These guys have been together every game. The continuity of this starting 5 up front has been big for Atlanta.
2 tight ends. Tony Gonzalez goes in motion. Justin Peel, the other tight end. Ryan changing the play. Turner. And he is stopped after a short gain. Good job by the Seattle Seahawks. Check out the Seahawks 4-3. Chris Clemens has done a great job on the pass rush.
Yeah, double-digit sacks for him. Mebane and Colin Cole back in the lineup. They missed some games with injury. Having them back is big. David Hawthorne has played the best out of all 3 of their linebackers. Then you look at them at secondary. The corners have been solid. Lawyer Malloy in year 15. He's a great story.
There's 3rd and 6. Everybody out. Ryan completes it to Harry Douglas. A first down at the 27-yard line. That's something that can quiet the crowd. Douglas had a big catch last week of 46 yards. That was a 10-yard pickup.
Well, and he's starting to come on, too. Harry Douglas talking to Thomas Dimitroff, the general manager, Sam, before the game. So tell me about your offense. And we know Michael and Roddy and all the O-line, the things we talked about. He goes, Harry Douglas is the guy that's been stepping up over the last month.
It's Turner again, straight ahead for a couple of yards inside the 25-yard line. The Atlanta Falcons are officially in the playoffs. The Giants blew a 2-touchdown lead. Deshaun Jackson ran back a punt for a touchdown with 10 seconds to go in the game to give the Eagles a come-from-behind 38-31 win. The Falcons are in the playoffs. They have clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah, now they want that #1 seed.
It's Turner. He's got a couple of blockers and a short pickup down to the 22-yard line. One thing about this Atlanta offense, it's not spectacular. It just grinds you down. They run a couple of yards. They set it up. They set up the play action with Turner's running. They're very effective.
Well, they're methodical. They're efficient. They're smart. They don't hurt themselves. I think that's the biggest thing when you look at them. And I know this. I know that efficient offense is linked up to their vulnerabilities on defense.
3rd and 5. Ryan runs for it, slides, and it's going to be very close. Where will they spot it? On the slide. This is going to be very, very close.
Oh, I don't think he has it. I think where's the ball? Where's the location of the ball when he started his slide? And I think it's behind the first down mark. Now the yellow line is not official, as you know, at home, but it looks like where's that ball when he started his slide was clearly behind the threshold there for the first down.
All right, here come the chains for the official measurement. Oh, it's an inch short. It's a link short. Wow. Oh man, how close is that? So let's see. And it looks like they will go for it on 4th down. And the Falcons are 9 for 11 on 4th down tries this season. Second best in the NFL. He did not make it on the quarterback sneak. He didn't need much, but I don't think he got any forward progress.
What a play by Lofa Tatupu. They baited that. They gave Matt Ryan a little bubble over the left guard there, saying, here's where you want to run it, man. This is the spot. Little crease, and then Lofa Tatupu dips under the left tackle and hits Matt Ryan before it looked like, Sam, he could get there.
Here come the chains again. He only needed one chain link. And well, he made it. They gave him enough forward progress. Boy, that's a tough one.
Look at, here's the bubble right here. They gave it to him. They said run it. Now watch Lofa Tatupu fill the hole. Slides right underneath it.
Oh, Timmy, I don't know about that spot.
Well, you may want to challenge it now. Very, very early in the game here for Pete Carroll. He's challenging the spot. Absolutely.
I think it's worth a challenge. Right now, the Seahawks are fired up. The offense clicked, and the defense may have had
Seattle
a big fourth.
is changing the ruling on the field of a first down.
And the defense may have come up with a big 4th down stop. We'll find out on the challenge in a moment.
Sam, let's take another look at it here. 4th and inches for Matt Ryan, and you'll see the play-by-play look here off to the left side. You see the blue line is where it started. The red line is where he had to get to. Great penetration by Colin Cole and then Lofa Tatupu. And then Matt Ryan never stuck the ball out to try to put it over the line of gain.
All right, our referee Walt Coleman has come out and is about to render his decision.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. First down. Seattle will be charged with their first team timeout.
Nothing to indicate that the spot was not correct, that they could change it. So the challenge fails. It is a first down for the Falcons at the Seattle 17. This is the 9th play of the drive. 6 runs, 2 passes. Kentwan Balmer has come in on the defensive line for Seattle. Aaron Curry getting the crowd fired up. Everybody out. Ryan. Nobody open. Throws for the corner, incomplete. Try to get it to Obi Mohele. We're going to go to our command center to Mike Pereira. Mike, what did you see on that call? What are your thoughts, and what do you feel was the ruling by Walt Coleman there?
Hey, you know, Sam, I'll tell you, when you're dealing with the progress spot, there's no way you're going to change it if you don't have a body part on the ground that you can see with the position of the ball. You are going to win that challenge so seldomly.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you. Here's 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Finneran in, number 86. As a wide receiver. On the draw play to Turner. Bounces it outside. Good tackle by the rookie Earl Thomas. Has had a good year at safety for the Seahawks, the rookie out of Texas.
He's had a great year. 5 interceptions for him, and talking to him on Friday, and what a good kid to sit down and talk to him. Number one, he's super fast. He gets the ball in his hands. He's the fastest guy on the field. We've seen that this year when he gets the interceptions. But said quarterback Sam in this league, unbelievable in terms of the firepower and how they read him and bait him and pump him. Said that's been his biggest challenge.
3rd and 6. Everybody out. Ryan gets time. Goes short to Roddy White. He is wrestled down at the 7-yard line, very close to the first down. That is reception number 100 on the season for Roddy White, the 3rd Falcon player to reach 100 catches in the season. Terrence Mathis, Eric Metcalf, the last one to do it in 1995 for the Falcons, and Roddy White hitting 100.
Yeah, and 12 away, as you see there, from a single season record there for the Atlanta Falcons. This guy's targeted by far the most in the National Football League, and then came into the game today, Sam, as you know, number 1 in catches in the NFL with 99.
And he wanted a better spot. He wanted a first down, and he comes up short. Half a yard short. So here's another 4th down decision for Mike Smith. He leaves his offense on the field. They'll go for it again.
Wow, as tight as it was last time, he's got a lot of confidence in these guys, because on the road, first quarter, 7-0, get your points while you can.
Turner, and he looks like he's got enough. He got shoved back, but forward progress is going to give him a first down. That's 2 for 2 on 4th down for the Falcons.
I don't think they're giving it to him right off the bat. I think they may measure. I think it's close.
All right. They want the chains brought in one more time. Time winding down. There have been only 2 possessions in this first quarter, 1 for each team, and he made it by 2/3 of the football.
Don't challenge this one, Pete. Don't challenge this one.
No.
You heard Mike Pereira, how seldom that call gets overturned.
So the Falcons 1st and goal at the 7-yard line, as they have answered with a drive of their own. 2 tight ends, 2 backs. Turner into the pile. No gain on the play. Strong work up front by the Seattle Seahawks. The final seconds ticking off in the first quarter. Each team has had the ball only once. The Seahawks, in 7.5 minutes, took the opening kickoff, marched down the field 80 yards, scored a touchdown. The Falcons trying to answer back. The holiday spirit is alive in Seattle. Seahawks lead 7-0. Back at Quest Field in Seattle, Sam Rosen, Tim Ryan, and the Fox NFL crew. Glad you're with us as we start the second quarter. 2nd and goal for the Falcons. 14th play of this drive. Turner bounces off. and is knocked down at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and goal for the Falcons. Seahawks got some good news. The St. Louis Rams were beaten at home by Kansas City 27-13. So the Rams are 6-8. The Seahawks now in first place by themselves. A win would be huge. The Seahawks play the Rams at home the final game of the season.
Now it's obvious now this crew controls their own destiny.
Everybody out. Ryan gets time, throws to Snelling, and he is on the goal line. Touchdown. They ruled he was across. Jason Snelling coming back from the injured list.
Well, they have 3 to the right, and then Aaron Curry's right here. He's too deep in the end zone. You watch Snelling is going to run right at him, get his feet past the goal line, turn around, and Matt Ryan throws him the football. If you're Aaron Curry, you got to defend this goal line stronger.
Snelling, who suffered a hamstring injury November 28th, his first game back. Matt Ryan with the touchdown pass, a career-high 23 this season. Extra point is good by Matt Bryant. 15 plays, 57 yards, and the Falcons have tied the Seahawks 7-7. Tomorrow, Fox presents the only game show where you start with $1 million. The hard part is keeping it. The $1 Million Money Drop, the week-long event, begins tomorrow at 8/7 Central on Fox. Michael Kanan kicks it off for Atlanta. Leon Washington from the 4. Washington is stopped at the 20-yard line. Good coverage by the Falcons. A lot of smiling faces. Beautiful day here in Seattle. Everyone in the holiday spirit and a good game going. Each team has had the ball once. Each team has had double-digit drives. Seattle 12 plays and 80 yards on the drive.
That drive by Atlanta was really an illustration, Sam, of what they've done all year. I mean, 15 plays, finishing with a touchdown. Longest play of the drive, 10 yards.
Yeah. Justin Forsett is hit a couple of times as he reached the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
And Matt Hasselbeck found rhythm on that first drive. I'll tell you that. He was 5 for 5, and it was about the horizontal passing game. Hitting it out on the flanks, getting it sideways. You saw Lynch right there. Here's Mike Williams. And then the run game went vertical. Right up the gut, Marshawn Lynch. There's another one with Justin Forsett. So really had Atlanta in that first drive, Sam. Off balance, on the edges in the passing game, up the middle in the run game.
Forsett and Washington in the backfield for Seattle. Hasselbeck throws the short completion at the 25. Kurt Menefee with an update on the Giants and the Eagles. Kurt.
Yes, Falcon fans happy to see this. Eagles come back from 31-10 down with 7.5 minutes left on the road. Game winner Deshaun Jackson with the punt return, 65 yards with no time left on the clock. They win 38-31. The Giants' loss means the Falcons clinch a playoff berth. Sam and Tim.
You're right about that. Thank you, Kurt. And the Eagles are in first place in the NFC East. What a comeback in that game. Hasselbeck swings it out to Forsett. No room as the Falcons had it well covered, and he's brought down at the 28-yard line. 3 and out for the Seahawks, forced to punt. No Marshawn Lynch on that series. He is on the sideline looking down at the Seahawks side of the field. Forsett was in on that series. Eric Weems, who had a good kickoff return, that got the Falcons possession going. John Ryan set to punt. Weems looks to return from the 28. Broke a couple of tackles. Good return up to the 40-yard line. Once again, the Falcons good field position. 44-yard punt, 16-yard return, 7-7 ball game.
Hey, Sam, plenty of room this week for the Gunners on the punt team. Look at all this room on the sideline. Of course, in the aftermath of the debacle of Sal Alosi and the Jets, the strength coach, and how they built that wall over on the sideline. The Atlanta Falcons have policed themselves, if you will.
On first down, Ryan throws, and it's complete to Tony Gonzalez. Up to the 49-yard line. How about this? Tony Gonzalez has now caught a pass in 161 consecutive games.
He's incredible. First ballot Hall of Famer. He's on a corner, and Marcus Trufant. That is a mismatch. It was great ball placement and location from Matt Ryan, but Tony G, check him in 5 years after he retires, Sam. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He's not ready to go yet. 2nd and 1. Ryan to put it up, wanted to go deep. Nobody open, and he throws it away. Was he out of the pocket? Referee Walt Coleman taking a look, and there's no grounding, intentional grounding. Good pressure from Raheem Brock, the defensive end, number 98.
Tell you, as good as Tony Gonzalez is, the way you neutralize good tight ends is you mess up the timing and the rhythm. Watch two guys here on Tony Gonzalez. You got Raheem Brock that gets a shot on him. Aaron Curry gets a shot on him. And that was the first read for Matt Ryan. The timing was all screwed up because they got physical with Gonzalez at the line.
There's 3rd and 1. The toss to Turner. He's got the first down into Seahawks territory. Earl Thomas made the tackle with the pickup down to the 48-yard line. Michael Turner, he's one of those runners. He just pounds you and pounds you and pounds you, and then later on in the game, he explodes.
Well, how many times have we seen it? And that's one problem with Seattle now is they have given up a lot of long drives, and they do get worn down. Michael Turner is that guy. He'll pound you, pound you, pound you, and then he'll pop one for 50.
Will Spitek, a lineman, is eligible as a tight end, left side. Turner behind Mohaley, but no gain. That was well played by the Seahawks. Loss of 2 on the play.
And talking about timing and syncing up the passing game, look how important it is for a quarterback's footwork. Here you got the out route, you got a 3-stepper, Matt Ryan in shotgun, 1, 2, 3. Hitch that back foot, get it out on time. Here you'll have the 7 route, the corner route. And this is a 5-step drop, but again, comes out of the shotgun. There's the 5th step. Hitch, ready to throw. Matt Rhythm in timing, and it's his footwork that creates all that timing, Sam, and allows him to sync it up with his wideouts.
Snelling is running back. Blitz coming, it's picked up. Ryan's pass complete to Roddy White. Steps out of bounds at the Seahawks 35-yard line.
And that was a perfect example of what we just showed. I mean, the timing of this route, this ball was thrown before Roddy White makes his break. 5-step drop, hit the hitch, get it out on time. Corner has no chance.
15-yard pickup.
Terry Rubisky, you see there, Sam, does a great job with those wide receivers.
He has for years. First down at the 35. Mohaley, the fullback, splits out. Now he shifts back. Mohaley and Snelling in the backfield. The play fake. Ryan with time for Snelling. That was wide of him. Snelling was well covered by David Hawthorne. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Matt Ryan 6 for 9 to start the game. Very patient offense by this Atlanta Falcons team. You talked about it synced up with the defense. What did you mean by that?
Well, I think they know they're vulnerable offensive or defensively, so they do all these things offensively to have ball control to really keep their defense, who's been weak at times, Sam, over on the sideline.
Draw play to Snelling. Good hole. He's hit hard by Hawthorne. The ball popped loose, and the Falcons have it back. Looked like Brian Finneran recovered the fumble.
Oh, Hawthorne, he laid the hammer down right there on Snelling. Watch 57 come flashing into your screen right here and put his hat right on the ball. Bang! Knocks that thing out. Hawthorne's their best backer, Sam. Leads them in tackles. He's having a terrific season.
Here's 3rd and 6. Ryan pressured, dumps it off to Snelling. Ball's loose again, and it's recovered by the Falcons for a first down. Roddy White found the ball bouncing right to him.
And Snelling's hurt. Watch Will Herring come up here and knock this one out. Snelling, little shallow crossing route again. Hat right on the ball. Boy, Atlanta has been so lucky over the last couple of plays, dodging that bullet. Atlanta has not turned the ball over. As a matter of fact, coming into this game, they're #1 in the NFC with only 13 turnovers. Yeah. Boy, if they lucked out on those last two with the ball coming out.
Snelling has taken 2 hard hits, and he's shaken up. We'll be right back. Jason Snelling telling the training staff he's okay, and it looks like he's collected himself. That was a hard hit. He's back, and he's an important part in resting Michael Turner and trying to keep him fresh down the stretch and into the playoffs. Here's Turner straight ahead on first down. He gets down to the 21-yard line.
No, you're definitely right, Sam, about Snelling as a supplement for Michael Turner. Turner comes in leading the NFC in rushing, but his numbers have upticked over the last 2 or 3 games because of the injury to Jason Snelling. And I mean, he's almost at 300 carries here in the 15th game. I know this coming into this game today. Best case scenario is that Jason Snelling would have more carries at the end of the day than Michael Turner. I don't know if they can do that now with Snelling getting nicked up.
2 tight ends in. 10th play of this drive for the Falcons. Turner, nice hole. Turner is upended as he crosses the 15, gets down to the 13-yard line. Earl Thomas with a tackle. Turner knifing off the left side. Good run.
You see how you got to tackle Michael Turner low. You see Earl Thomas come flying in there. As a matter of fact, Pete Carroll told us this week. He says you can't take this guy up high. You can't really knife through him and not wrap. He said, I pulled out some old tape. The old Trojan tackle. The old grab and twist, grab and roll. He said, we wouldn't know anything about it. We're not old enough, but he showed those old footage tackles, the Trojan tackles, to his club this week.
On 1st and 10, it's Turner again. Flag on the play. Turner to the 5-yard line. But they may bring this one back on a holding call against the Falcons.
Holding, number 87, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
The tight end, Justin Peel, called for the hold.
Why is Michael Turner leading the NFC in rushing? Look at those blocks out on the edge by Peel, by Sam Baker. Now, oh, there's the Trojan. No, didn't get the Trojan tackle in there.
They bring it back to the 23-yard line. Snelling is back on the field, replacing Michael Turner, so he's okay. Have to get to the 3-yard line for a first down. 1st and 20. Ryan sends everyone out, completes to Tony Gonzalez, taken out of bounds, so they rule still inbounds at the 21-yard line.
Tell you, they have lucked out the little things here. Look at this. Just on this drive, here's the first fumble by Snelling. Finneran right there to scoop it up. And then just the next play, second fumble by Jason Snelling. Boy, that ball is shaped funny, and it bounces right to Roddy White twice. Very, very fortunate to corral those footballs.
3 wide receivers in. On 2nd down. Everybody out. Ryan to Roddy White, and he's down to the 10-yard line. Forward progress to the 9. Oh, a little further ammunition for Tony Gonzalez going to the Hall of Fame. That last catch gives him 60 on the season. 12 seasons, 60 catches or more for Tony Gonzalez.
And watch what he does here on the double in route. He's going to open that window, Sam, for Roddy White. What a pleasure to watch, huh?
Oh, he's tremendous. Only player ever, 12 seasons with 60 catches
and he's a tight end. Think about that.
On 3rd down, everybody out. Ryan throws, and it's dropped. He tried to get it into Roddy White. Kelly Jennings with a good job of coverage on the play. Will Herring was there as well. So the Seahawks defense comes up with a big 3rd down play, and the Falcons will send on Matt Bryant, who has made 13 consecutive field goals. He is 25 for 28. This is a 27-yard attempt. Kanan the holder, Joe Zelenka the long snapper, and the kick is just inside the upright. Falcons take the lead. A good drive. The Seahawks hold the Falcons to a field goal. Atlanta leads 10-7. Friday, January 7th, one of the most anticipated bowl games of the season. The LSU Tigers and the Texas A&M Aggies in a rivalry over 110 years old. Exclusive coverage of the 75th AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic, live from Cowboy Stadium, begins at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, January 7th in high definition on Fox. Michael Kanan kicks it off. Leon Washington from the 5. Washington trying to get outside, and he's spun down as he crossed the 25-yard line up to the 28 for the Seahawks. Seahawks touchdown was on a short run by Marshawn Lynch after a 14-yard run on the previous play. Falcons have a 10-7 lead. Some great early quarterback performances, but in losing efforts. Rex Grossman for Washington, Eli Manning for the Giants, Drew Brees for the Saints. They all lost tough, close games. Seahawks start from the 28, their third possession. Hasselbeck puts it up deep for Mike Williams, overthrown. Double covered on the play by Dante Robinson and William Moore. Mike Williams, who missed last week with an ankle injury. What a return to the NFL after missing 2 seasons. He has 54 catches now this season, and he's been terrific. Got himself in great shape, got an opportunity from Pete Carroll, and has made the most of it.
He sure has, and has been huge for Matt Hasselbeck this year. You look at Matt Hasselbeck with Mike Williams in the lineup. He's got a QB rating over 80. Without him, under 60.
And on second down, he throws just a little too high. That was intended for Ben Obabano. Now time for an update. Here's Kurt Manafay.
Tim Tebow making his first NFL start, facing a 3rd and 24 against Oakland. But he's Tim Tebow. 40 yards. Touchdown. Puts the Broncos in charge. Right now they're trying to hold on. 17-14 early in the second quarter. Sam and Tim. He's Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Release the Tebow.
Thanks, Kurt.
Wow.
That's what he does best. He takes off. What an athlete. Brandon Stokely in as a third wide receiver. Hasselbeck calls timeout. Play clock was running down. Hasselbeck had been 7 for 7 before those last 2 passes. Seahawks have 1 timeout remaining as Hasselbeck comes to the sideline. Matt Hasselbeck, a veteran quarterback, important to the Seahawks' chances to make the playoffs. Well, Fox is already revving up for another exciting year of NASCAR. It all begins February with the running of the Great American Race, live from the Daytona International Speedway. It's the Daytona 500 this February, only on Fox. There's 3rd and 10 for the Seahawks from the 28. Justin Forsett in the backfield. Everybody out. Hasselbeck steps up, throws, incomplete. Mike Williams cut his route short. Looked like he was coming across the middle, then he stopped.
Well, I thought that was a really good job, Sam, by Atlanta, disguising what they were doing. They were showing blitz. They had everybody up at the line of scrimmage, and then right at the snap, all the linebackers bailed out into coverage. It really was only a 3-man rush, 8 guys in coverage. Matt had nowhere to go with the football, and I don't think Mike Williams, Sam, knew where to sit down.
Second punt of the game for John Ryan. Eric Weems is deep. Wobbly punt that bounces and is touched down by the Seahawks at the 33. This is a game in which two brothers are going against one another. Jonathan Babineau of Atlanta, Jordan Babineau, number 27 of the Seattle Seahawks. The brothers from Port Arthur, Texas. There's Mom.
Look at that
Barbara
smile.
Babineau with the two-sided jersey.
That's great.
As 20 to 25 family members and friends came up from Port Arthur, Texas, and Mom cooked a meal, big meal, for the brothers yesterday.
See that smile? That is awesome. There's the big bro right there, the defensive lineman. The younger bro, Jordan. Now, rumor has it, the little one was the big eater growing up.
Falcons from the 33. Ryan with time, and he goes deep. Downfield for Michael Jenkins, overthrown by about 3 yards. He was one-on-one with Marcus Trufant.
Well, he had Marcus Trufant leverage. There is no doubt about it. And they had what they wanted, but he stumbles. Here he is here, and watch as he stumbles coming out of his break. And instead of taking it vertical, he kind of flattened it out. They had what they wanted. Just the execution of the route, Sam, was not what they were looking for.
Two tight ends in. Ryan's pass. Turner was in the backfield with him. The pass intended for Roddy White was a little high and incomplete. Want to just go back to Barbara Babineau for a minute to kind of finish up the story. The dad passed away when the kids were about 10 years old. Mom has raised 5 kids, and all of them are college graduates. Great, just a great story of Barbara Babineau and the Babineau family. All right, here's a big 3rd and 10 for the Falcons. Ryan gets time, and it's intercepted by Jordan Babineau. And he is down at the 27-yard line. Mom has to like that.
Well, everybody knows that Matt Ryan is going to either Roddy White or Tony Gonzalez on 3rd down. And that time he was trying to squeeze it into Roddy, who was just inside the numbers on what looked like a curl route. He never saw Babineau. I mean, Babineau, they had 3 guys on Roddy White there. I mean, and it is alarming. Yeah, look at Mom. She is fired up. That worked out perfect. It's alarming how much they really go to those 2 guys on 3rd down versus the other weapons.
Only the 9th interception thrown by Ryan this season. Marshawn Lynch carrying on 1st down. Down to the 23-yard line.
And then after the interception, there's the kiss to Moms right up in the stands. You got to love that.
There you go.
Yeah, Mom's cell's blowing up right now. You know her cell's going crazy.
It was worth the trip. Lynch trying to get outside, but he is stopped. Great job by Corey Peters. Corey Peters, a rookie out of Kentucky, 3rd-round draft pick, took over as a starter in week 2, and he hasn't relinquished that job. He's done a good job for the Falcons.
Yeah, short, quick, and thick. And they liked him from day one. I was out there in training camp, and they were already, Sam, mixing him in with the ones with the starting lineup. He's played well.
3rd and 8 coming up for Seattle. Falcons with a 3-point lead. A team that doesn't normally turn the ball over.
See if Jonathan can make a play now. Babineau.
Everybody out. Hasselbeck throws to Stokely, and he's hit immediately at the 20-yard line. Made the grab. Good hit by Dante Robinson. And Seattle will bring out the field goal kicking unit.
This is where this cat right here is underrated. Dante Robinson. He is a vicious tackler. I mean, and I got to tell you, with all the spread in today's game, with all the spread passing attack, that first tackler, he can't miss. And Dante Robinson, and then rarely Sam misses out there at right corner when it comes to coming up and giving that tackling support.
38-yard field goal try for Olindo Mare. John Ryan, the holder, the long snapper, Clint Gresham, and the kick is good. And the Seahawks have tied the game. They get the takeaway, the interception by Jordan Babineau, and they get 3 points out of the turnover. and tie the game at 10. Jordan Babineau, a big hero for the Seahawks. Hey, sports fans, check out the all-new Fox Sports app. Complete sports coverage, scoring, video, and more in one sports app, and 100% free. Get it today on iTunes.
I'll tell you, what a huge interception there by Jordan Babineau, because they haven't been able to stop Atlanta this whole first half. And Atlanta has done what they typically do, methodical. Work it down the field, work it down the field. 15-play drive, touchdown. 14-play drive, field goal. That turnover by Babineau was huge.
Well, Matt Ryan ready to come back on the field in a game that is proving to be very tough. Go on the road, long trip. It's been a stretch of a lot of road games for the Falcons. Mare with a kick deep in the end zone. Weems will take a knee. So with a little over 2 minutes remaining in the first half, it's a tie ball game. And coming up is the Visa halftime report. Stay tuned. Kurt, Howie, Terry, Michael, and Jimmy will get you up to date on what's going on in the early games. How about that big game between the Eagles and the Giants? And the wild finish, great comeback by the Eagles. And guess what? Howie will be joining us in the third quarter as a guest analyst from the studio. Looking forward to that. The Visa halftime report is next at the conclusion of the half. 3 wide receivers for Atlanta. Snelling is the running back. Jason Snelling on the delay, and he's hit immediately. Good play up front by the Seahawks. Raheem Brock. We come to the 2-minute warning. Jordan Babineau made bomb, and the family from Port Arthur, Texas, proud with his interception. Falcons have all 3 timeouts remaining. 2nd and 9. Pick up the blitz. Ryan throws, and the catch made by Tony Gonzalez at the 28-yard line, but still a little short of the first down.
Well, and it's about time we've seen some of this no huddle. We have not seen a lot of it. They call it their Texas package. They've been super at it all year. This is really the first time we've seen it here today.
Ryan, short drop, and he completes it to Roddy White for a first down. Up to the 35-yard line. The Falcons use their first timeout.
Tell you, Matt Ryan against the blitz. Look at this, what they've done. Blitzed 195 times. The second most in the National Football League, Sam. People have sent pressure after Matt Ryan. Sacked 5 times versus the blitz. I mean, that speaks volumes to a bunch of things. Number one, the protection. And I think just as importantly, right behind it is the decision-making process by the quarterback. He sees it so darn fast, and you saw there some of the points of emphasis there from the head coach, Mike Smith.
First down at the 35. 3 wide receivers. Harry Douglas in as the 3rd wideout.
Showing pressure. Here it comes.
Here they come. Ryan steps up, dumps it off to Gonzalez, slips a tackle, and battles his way up to the 47-yard line, close to the 48. Will Herring and Lawyer Malloy combining for the tackle. Hurry-up offense for the Falcons. On 2nd and 2. Pump fake. Ryan throws for White off his hands, incomplete. Lawyer Malloy coming over to help out in coverage. Lawyer Malloy was a member of the Atlanta Falcons. Actually wanted to re-sign, but he didn't fit into their plans. And signed with Seattle.
And he's playing good. I mean, you think of 15 years as a body-rocking safety. A guy who has laid out vicious hits, Sam, throughout his career. He's missed 6 games.
3rd and 2. Completes to Harry Douglas. Out of bounds. He's got a first down at the 47-yard line. Late flag comes in from the back judge. And let's check this out. Just under a minute to go in the first half. Mike Smith wants to find out what that's all about.
I know this. You got to love the opportunistic defense, Sam, here with the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, they have bent, there's no question, and they've given up plays, but they have knocked the heck out of that football and have had it on the ground a couple times.
Legal hands to the face. Microphone not working on Walt Coleman, but I read the lips. Falcons still have 2 timeouts remaining. See the little Fox box? We've got Christmas lights for timeouts.
See that?
I like that. Nice touch. That's Ty Yoey. He does that all the time. He's 40 years old.
He's so festive.
Ryan puts it up deep. Going for Harry Douglas, overthrown. Lawyer Malloy came over to help out Kelly Jennings.
Pete Carroll loves to send pressure, and here you'll see the heat right here from Jordan Babineau coming off the edge, unblocked.
Ooh.
Gets a nice legal hit on Matt Ryan right there, and you think of their 31 sacks as a defense, 12.5 of those sacks, Sam, have come by either the linebackers or the secondary. Pete Carroll is huge at setting those second and third level blitzers.
Don't forget Visa halftime report coming up. A lot of strange finishes, a lot of important games in the playoff race. Stay tuned for that. Ryan steps up, in trouble. They got him. Flag on the play. Walt Coleman threw the flag. And let's check it out. Chris Clemens, who after review during the week was given half a sack. Face mask against Seattle. Sorry for the technical problems with Walt Coleman's microphone. We'll get that fixed at halftime. That's a penalty that hurts big time. Instead of a big loss on the play on the sack.
Yeah, and Matt Ryan doesn't get sacked often.
No.
20 this year, 1 every 25 throws. You work so hard to get there. And then Raheem Brock's got a hold of his mask.
4th fewest sacks against. A ball spotted at the Seahawks 43. First down Falcons. 3 wide receivers. Ryan gets time. Tried to get it to Gonzalez, but just missed. He was double covered. Lawyer Malloy and Will Herring on the coverage. What's your thoughts on the first half, Tim?
Well, I think a couple of things. Atlanta's very fortunate to recover those 2 balls that were put on the ground.
Right.
I mean, and then Matt Ryan did throw the interception, a bad throw, bad decision to throw it to Jordan Babineau. And I think you look at Seattle, and offensively, I think it's gone pretty good for him.
Bernard Cox has come in replacing Marcus Trufant for Seattle. That pass is a little high, incomplete. Intended for Harry Douglas.
Here's the problem, though. Atlanta is so darn good with the ball control and their number of plays and number of opportunities. They've almost doubled Seattle up in playoffs already. I mean, they've got 39 plays in this game to 21 for the Seattle Seahawks. And that's the same deal every week for Atlanta. Every week, because of their ball control offense, they limit the opposing offense's opportunities.
3rd and 10. Ryan throws, and a beauty to Roddy White. First down to the 28-yard line. That was a perfect pass, hitting Roddy White in stride. And they went after Kennard Cox, who had replaced Marcus Trufant.
And that is a great throw. And Kennard Cox was actually in pretty good position trailing underneath, but look at that location of the football. That could not be any better from Matt Ryan. And you saw Kennard Cox making a break underneath it. Matt Ryan just lasered that right to where it needed to be, to where only the receiver could get it. And Sam, great throw will beat great coverage 100% of the time.
Falcons have 1 timeout remaining. Ryan is 13 for 24, 106 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jason Snelling in the backfield with Ryan. Pump fake, short throw, tipped, and drops incomplete. Will Herring got a hand on it as he tried to get the pass to Tony Gonzalez.
1 timeout left here for the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan all year long during the 2-minute and the hurry-up offense has been outstanding. And that's one thing you can look at him, 3rd-year quarterback, precocious beyond his years. When it matters most, he's been at his best.
6 defensive backs in for the Seahawks. Ryan rolls and runs out of bounds at the 24-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play. 24 seconds remaining.
Talked about the 12th man here at Seattle Seahawks and the crowd noise, and what a big factor. I mean, they are the best home field advantage in terms of forcing the opponent to have pre-snap penalties. Sam, all the false starts. That has not gotten to Atlanta today. We have not seen them have a false start in this football game.
Falcons 6 for 10 on 3rd down in the game. Pressure, throwing deep to the end zone. Touchdown, Michael Jenkins. Another perfect throw by Matt Ryan. And a great drive by the Falcons. And a couple of big passes by Matt Ryan. There was pressure, and he found Jenkins wide open.
Yeah, with pressure right in his face, too. This is a bailout throw. Matt Ryan knows he's going to get lit up, throws off his back foot, and throws a strike. Watch Michael Jenkins just go right through those 2 defenders. I don't know what Cam Chancellor's doing. He has got one thing he's got to do, the rookie safety. You got the deep half. Play your coverage. He bit up into no man's land.
But Marcus Trufant went out a couple of plays back, and they took advantage of Kennard Cox, who replaced him with a couple of hits, and he was one of the guys covering Michael Jenkins.
Yeah, but and to his defense, though, and you're right, they did go after him and they did target him, but I want you to watch the safety right here. You got deep half. Get there. I mean, when you're a safety, the position safety by definition, safety, you're the deepest of the deep. Sam, you got the deep half coverage. Stay deep. I don't know what he was looking at, but he was chasing a ghost up front.
2nd touchdown pass of the game for Matt Ryan, 24 yards to Michael Jenkins. So once again, another double-digit drive. They've had a 15-play drive, a 14-play drive, and that was a 13-play 80-yard drive.
And they're one of the better offenses in the league. They score 25 points a game, and you give them those opportunities because of the ball control. 44 plays for them in this game to only 21, Sam, by the Seahawks. And that is a huge advantage and a huge feather in their cap to help their defense, too. We talked about that earlier.
Kanan to kick it off, and the Falcons have the lead for the 2nd time of the game. Line drive kick. Leon Washington backpedals into the end zone and takes a knee. 19 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Earlier today, Ray Rice helping to lead Baltimore to a win over New Orleans. Cedric Benson helped lead Cincinnati to a win over Cleveland. Chris Johnson helping lead Tennessee to a win over Houston. And highlights, stats, and all the analysis coming up on the Visa halftime report with some big early games.
What you love is all the guys that had the big yards on the ground are the ones that won. We showed it earlier with all those quarterbacks with multiple TDs that walked away with an L.
A loss. Seahawks let the time run out. Visa halftime report is coming up with complete coverage. Halftime, Falcons lead the Seahawks 17-10. Little Santa's having a great time at the ball game, and want to tell him to follow your favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL.
I saw Chris Kringle. Did you see him?
All right, Mike Smith and his Falcons will receive the kickoff to start the second half. What do you look for?
Well, they got to seize this opportunity. Look, I think with New Orleans losing today, they got a 2-game lead in the division. It's all about holding serve, Sam, as the #1 seed. They have got to finish this game strong. They have yet, really all year, put 4 quarters together.
Alindo Mare to kick it off. Eric Weems is deep. Weems backs up and will take a knee. And the Falcons will start from the 20-yard line. Tell you the truth, Tim, I've been impressed with the way the Falcons have traveled all the way here. They traveled on Friday after practice. They got themselves situated, adjusted to the Northwest situation. They're playing outdoors, and they played very well, I think, in the first half.
Look, again, it goes to their efficiency, and it's what they've done all year, Sam. They've done good traveling historically over the last couple of years under Mike Smith when they go east to west. I think one thing today, though, third down, they've been unbelievably efficient. Matt Ryan, their third down average has been 3rd and only 5. Seattle's got to somehow force them into the 3rd and longs and get off the field on defense.
They go with 2 tight ends. Michael Turner carries. It's a flag on the play. It's a good run, but I think it's going to come back. And Turner's still going. Got about 18 on the play, but I think they're bringing this one back.
Yeah, Craig Terrell got held.
Number 73, offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's on Harvey Dahl, the right guard.
Yeah, left defensive tackle. Craig Terrell, here he is here, and then there's Harvey Dahl at right guard. He stunts down inside, does Terrell. Looked like he just tripped over Harvey Dahl there, but from the perspective of the official, and that's a hard spot now on the throwing arm of the quarterback, and he's trying to see everything.
Only the 2nd penalty of the game for the Falcons. Bernard Cox remains in the game for Seattle. We'll try to find out about Marcus Trufant. Turner, not much room. There's a flag on the play. I think Seattle was offside.
Yeah, I think it was Craig Terrell, the guy who just got held by Harvey Dahl.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Seahawks give back 5 yards. There's Craig Terrell coming off. He was the man that was offside. First half numbers, rushing yards close, edge passing to Atlanta, but the play time and the number of plays, 44 plays to 22.
Absolutely, and then the third down. You look at Atlanta, they're 7 of 11 on third down, so they've been extending those drives. More importantly, finishing those drives with touchdowns.
1st and 15 for the Falcons. Draw play, Turner. Not much of a hole. He keeps those legs churning, and he turned not much into 4 yards on the pickup.
You try to tackle guys like Michael Turner, who are so thick from the waist down. You can't take him up high. He has just got too much power in his lower body. The guys are just going to drip off of him. You got to do what Pete Carroll said. You got to grab a leg and you got to hang on and roll and get him off his feet.
Jason Snelling in at running back.
That's Roddy White out of the slot.
Blitz coming. Ryan gets rid of it and completes to Michael Jenkins. First down at the 31-yard line. Boy, Ryan with a quick drop and a quick release.
Well, he just sees it, and he knows he's got zone defense. It's such an easy read for him. How does he know? Because you've got Clemens on Roddy White. Now he knows that Clemens has got the out, has got the flat, ran Roddy White to the flat, and then sat Michael Jenkins down right in the middle of the zone between the other 2 defenders.
He went no huddle. Now Ryan steps back, lets everybody knows what the play is. 3 wide receivers in. Snelling trying to cut back inside. The Seahawks were waiting for him. Nice play by David Hawthorne, the linebacker. No gain on the play.
Yeah, and here they get into what they call their Texas package, which has been a huge part of what they do all season. But look at what they do. I mean, they're very, very good in between the 20s and the no huddle. And they rush the ball when he's under center. And when he's in shotgun in this no huddle, Sam, here it comes. They're throwing the rock.
On 2nd and 10, empty backfield, everybody out. Ryan under pressure, rolls. Throws short to Snelling, who steps out of bounds. Up at the 38-yard line. Jason Snelling, good receiver out of the backfield. And as we mentioned earlier, giving Michael Turner a breather when he steps in there. And again, no huddle. 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 3.
Impressed at how these guys have handled this raging crowd noise.
Everybody out. Ryan throws short to Snelling. He's pushed back. Let's see where they give him forward progress. He's going to be about half a yard short. Will Herring did a good job on Jason Snelling.
You can just see how methodical and patient Matt Ryan is, and he just gets it out on time. I mean, this is a great get-off and rush by Clemens, who runs right around Sam Baker, but that ball just comes out on time and accurate.
And you know what this is? First punt of the game for the Atlanta Falcons. Good job by the Seahawks. Michael Kanan will kick. Leon Washington is standing back at his 12-yard line. Short kick, high. Washington lets it bounce, and it takes a Falcons roll inside the 5. And they down it at the 4-yard line. Good kick, good roll for Michael Kanan. 56 yards and no return. It's turned into a great day here in Seattle. Michael Kanan finally gets a chance to do something, and he did it perfectly.
Yeah, and there's something to be said about that. I mean, it's 40 degrees or right around there. He hasn't done anything really for a couple of hours. That was his first punt, and he bangs it down to the 4.
Pins the Seahawks at the 4-yard line. Hasselbeck rolling and looking. In trouble. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Falcons. If they recovered, it looked like they did. Jamal Anderson came in. He's celebrating. It looked like the Falcons knocked the ball loose and recovered in the end zone.
I'm not sure it's Babineau at the bottom of it. Jonathan Babineau.
Touchdown Falcons. The defense rises up with a great play, and maybe the other Babineau brother got involved.
Yeah, Mom's
celebrating.
That is a terrible, terrible mistake by Matthew Hasselbeck. You're running a bootleg, you're out of the pocket, Jamal Anderson is in your face. That's trying too hard to make something happen. You're out of the pocket, throw it away. Oh, there's a face mask there by Jamal Anderson that wasn't called as that ball came out.
Jonathan Babineau with a recovery. Hasselbeck was still arguing. He's just coming off the field now. Well, Jordan Babineau had an interception. Jonathan has a fumble recovery for a touchdown. And the extra point for Matt Bryant. And a stunning turnaround. And the Falcons defense comes up with a big play for a 28-4.
Matt, critical area. Throw it away. You're out of the pocket. Oh, no. Sam, critical error in a critical area, and here on the sack, fumble, touchdown. I just wonder, and we talked about it earlier with Matthew Hasselbeck playing with one hand with that broken left wrist. A lot of times you'll use that offhand as a defense mechanism, straight arm, whatever, to defend yourself. And clearly there, he had no chance to utilize that thing as his benefit in any way.
Cannon's kickoff rolling toward the corner, rolls into the end zone, out of bounds for a touchback. Tonight on Fox, relive a Family Guy event and journey to a land not so far away as the Griffins use the Force to strike back. Don't miss a full hour of Family Guy just in time for the holidays tonight at 8/7 Central after the Cleveland show on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised. So Jamal Anderson got credit for a sack and a forced fumble. That's his second sack of the season. And the fumble recovery by Jonathan Babineau, his first points of his NFL career. Marshawn Lynch with a couple of yards, give him 3 up to the 23-yard line. Now the Falcons with a 14-point lead with an outstanding defensive play.
They got to move the chains. I mean, Seattle has got to find some way here to have ball control. And Ben Obamanu with that bad hand, only thrown to 0 catches today. Their defense, though, Sam, desperately needs a rest. They have been doubled up in play opportunities on both sides of the ball.
Two tight ends in. Hasselbeck going deep, and it's off the hands of Obamanu. Well, they tried to get it to him that time, but he was covered by Brent Grimes. 2 weeks ago, Ben Obamanu against Carolina went up, took this hit, and suffered a severe laceration between the pinky and the ring finger. He missed last week's game. I mean, that was just ripped apart. And he is wearing a protective glove that was customized for him for this game.
Yeah, and it's only got 3 fingers. And basically, they're taking that pinky and they're taping it next to the ring finger to keep that thing immobilized. It was a nasty, nasty cut.
Blitz coming on 3rd down. Hasselbeck completes to Mike Williams. He's got a first down at the 34-yard line. That's a big play.
And the definition of a serious laceration, Sam, I don't know what that is versus what we saw on his hand. I mean, his pinky, I promise you, was almost clearly ripped off his hand for Obamanu on his right hand there. And, I mean, he's got stitches still in it, all the way down the backside of his hand, all the way down the inside of his palm as well on both sides.
On first down, quick outside of Williams. Slips one man, then he's sent back. Short pickup. Let's find out what's happening in Pittsburgh. Steelers and Jets. Here's Kurt Menefee.
Jets took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Pittsburgh had trailed or tied ever since, until Rashard Mendenhall's short touchdown run gave Pittsburgh their first lead of the game, 17-10. Despite having 10 points, the Jets still haven't had an offensive touchdown since Thanksgiving. Sam and Tim.
Thanks, Kurt. Steelers at 10-3, trying to stay ahead of the Baltimore Ravens, who won today. Hasselbeck hit as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. The blitz from the outside by the cornerback, Brian Williams. Big hit just as Hasselbeck was releasing.
And here he is, and they send him a lot right off the slot, completely unblocked. And Marshawn Lynch has got to check protection. Marshawn Lynch is the guy that's got to be aware that Brian Williams is coming off the slot. Marshawn Lynch, the running back, just leaked up inside and then went out on a pass route. His quarterback got killed.
Forsett replaces Lynch on a 3rd and 7. Seahawks 2 for 5 on 3rd down conversions in the game. Here comes another blitz. They stop the play. Flags fly.
False start, number 76, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
The left tackle, Russell Okung, on the false start. Sets the Seahawks back to the 32-yard line. Seahawks need to find a way to get back in it, down by 2 touchdowns. Revell Martin has come in. And wide receiver, 3 wide receivers out there. Make it 4 now for the Seahawks.
Keep your eye on Stokely in the slot at the top of the screen.
Everybody out. Hasselbeck throws, intercepted. Intercepted by Brent Grimes. On the return, he shoved out of bounds. 5th interception of the season for Brent Grimes. Takes over the team lead. He had good position all the way on that.
And bad decision by Mike to throw this. I mean, he was never open, not even for a second, Ben Obamanu. And you look at Brent Grimes, who has played so much of his career up in the air. I mean, that guy has got hops, he's got lift. Watch him making plays in the air all year. He's 5'10", he's 180 pounds. He's got a 42-inch vertical. Look at him climb the ladder. And you saw it again on that last play. He gets up in the air, and he's able to hang on to the football. Great story. Brent Grimes. Bad decision by Hasselbeck to throw in what was perfect coverage.
Ryan rolls and throws to Jenkins. He's got it at the 25. Gets up and gets inside the 20 to the 17. No one apparently touched him down. And an alert play by Michael Jenkins. A 19-yard pickup. So the Falcons, now they're saying that he was down, and they brought the ball back.
Yeah, he was down because it looked like the rookie jumped over the top of him and hit him on the back. You're going to see right here. Yep, there he's down right there. Earl Thomas jumping over him. He's on the ground, foot hit. Hit him on the back, he was down.
They spot it at the 25, a 12-yard pickup. Falcons going with two tight ends, Gonzalez and Peel. Falcons with a chance to bust this one wide open. Seahawks were offside. Free play. Turner gets nothing. Now there's another flag from the referee. The initial flag was for an offside on Seattle. Let's check out Walt Coleman's call.
Holding.
They are killing him with the window dressing. Mike Mularkey, the offensive coordinator, just with all the movements and shifts. Seattle's on their heels. There's no question.
There are fouls on both teams. Offsides, defense. Holding, number 77, offense. Those penalties offset. First down.
They'll replay the down.
And watch here. Here you got tight ends over here. And now here comes motion. Tony Gonzalez across the formation. Now the three linebackers are going to shift. Colin Cole's trying to get over and stem to where he needs to be. And that was all, Sam, on the heels of the shift that came before that when you saw 8 guys on the defense move over.
Trufant's still out of the game. We haven't had word from the Seahawks about what happened to him. He went out earlier in the game. Jordan Babineau is in at left corner. Off the play fake. Ryan with plenty of time drops it off. Michael Turner takes it inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line.
Going to get a flag on the back end on the defense as well. Looks like pass interference on the back end.
Walt Coleman with the call.
Illegal contact, number 29, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's on Earl Thomas. So beyond 5 yards, the illegal contact makes it an automatic first down for Atlanta.
Yeah, there he is right there. There's the hit on Tony Gonzalez. Now, if the ball's in the air, that's pass interference. But considering that Matt Ryan still had a hold of the ball and was in the pocket, easy illegal contact call.
Kennard Cox back in at left corner for the Seahawks. He's covering Michael Jenkins on the far side. Turner putting it back inside. Look at him battle. Look at him go. He keeps churning those short, strong, powerful legs, and he rolled down to the 12-yard line.
Look how thick.
He turned a 2-yard gain into an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, and look at the right side of his offensive line getting pushed for him. Tyson Clabo right there on Clemens. Great read by Michael Turner with the vision. Now he's going to carry Ballmer, a defensive lineman. Then you'll see a backer drop off of him. Then Earl Thomas falls off of him and gets run over. And finally, 2 guys are able to get him to the ground.
2nd and 2. Falcons grinding it out offensively. Nothing there that time. Loss of a yard from Michael Turner. Well played up front by Brandon Mebane and Junior Ciavi'i. Ciavi'i, number 94.
That's a nice play by Ciavi'i, who's out there for Red Bryant. And this defense has not been the same since they lost Red Bryant. This is a guy who's playing for him. And you got to get penetration, and that's what he does. I mean, Ciavi'i takes the tight end and takes care of that block, and then gets enough penetration to knock off Todd McClure, who was pulling to try to get outside.
On 3rd down, Ryan throws and completes to Roddy White. First down at the 8-yard line. He went against Kennard Cox, the man who's playing in place of Marcus Trufant, who's got a back injury and is questionable to come back.
Well, I was talking about Red Bryant, the defensive tackle who was lost earlier in the year. Look at that number in terms of what they've done in run defense. With Red Bryant, 77 yards a game. Without him, 152 yards a game. Wow.
First and goal for the Falcons. Jason Snelling cutting it back, and he ran into a wall as he got close to the 6-yard line. Colin Cole came up to make the first hit to stop Snelling, but the Falcons just continue. They get the ball and they just continue to be patient, grind it, take 5 yards here, 6 yards there, 2 yards there.
I think a huge part of that is they're efficient, they're smart, they got great players at every level, running back, receiver, tight end, quarterback. Matt Ryan's patience is something that needs to be commended.
Play fake. Ryan rolls behind the umpire, looks to the end zone, waits, and throws it away. Nobody open. And it'll bring up a 3rd and goal for the Falcons.
And I remember talking to Matt about his patience over the summer, and we were just hanging out and talking about what he's learned from watching the Tom Brady's, from watching the Peyton Mannings. And he said, you know, for as good as those superstar guys are, and guys that are going to end up in the Hall of Fame, he goes, the biggest thing they do is they're patient. They take what the defense gives them. Matt Ryan has done that all year, and the ball control numbers bear it out.
6 defensive backs for the Seahawks. Pressure. Ryan throws incomplete off the hands of Tony Gonzalez. And it'll bring up a 4th down, and here comes the field goal kicking unit. Falcons, they looking to go to a 27-10 lead. Saw Pete Carroll congratulate his defense, which stiffened inside the 10-yard line. This try for Matt Bryant from 25 yards out. And Bryant is 15 for his last 15. The Falcons have opened up a 27-10 lead on the Seattle Seahawks. Back in Seattle, from all of us at Fox to all of you, happy holidays. Matt Bryant kicks off. Leon Washington chance to return from the 3. And he's tripped up. Eric Weems gets down there. Weems does it all on special teams. Falcons playing well. Seattle looking to get back in it. Howie Long is going to join us from the studio as our special analyst in just a moment. Back at Quest Field in Seattle with the Falcons leading the Seahawks 27-10. Pleasure to welcome in our special guest analyst from the studio, Howie Long. Howie, you've been watching the game. Give us some short thoughts on the Atlanta Falcons and the way they're playing.
Well, it's like Tim mentioned in the first half. It's classic Atlanta. 43 first half plays. They wear you down. I think Matt Ryan makes the bad throw, but unlike a lot of young quarterbacks, he has a short memory, moves on. Then he makes the big throw at the end of the half, and the next thing you know, you're down 27-10, and it's a one-dimensional game for Seattle.
And I think another thing, too, Hal, I mean, the 3rd down, Atlanta has been so good with the ball control and moving it on 3rd down because they're averaging 3rd and 5. You know, as a pass rusher, it's 3rd and 5, but it's hard to get there, hard to finish.
Yeah, and conversely, Seattle struggled to convert on 3rd down, which puts even more pressure on your defense, which has been on the field way too much.
Locklear just recovered the fumble by Marshawn Lynch. When you look at Atlanta's defense, we tend to talk offense, Howie, but how about Atlanta and the way they're playing defense as they go forward into the playoffs?
Well, they opened up the game a little bit shaky. Seattle takes the ball down and drives the length of the field and scores. They've gotten gashed a little bit on the run over the last couple of weeks. I think they're a defense that's kind of finding their way. They've made some plays. They made a big play down in Tampa. They made another big play right here.
Yeah, William Moore on the tip ball.
As we speak.
That's right.
William
and
Moore,
I think that's
with
important. It's important because Atlanta's won so many games at the end of ball games with their offense. And for them to close the game out on defense down in Tampa, and again today they've made a couple of big plays. They got gashed a little bit versus Carolina last week, and they got gashed a little bit on the run 2 weeks ago. And if they're going to go all the way to Dallas, I think they're going to have to be good on defense.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you, Howie. I mean, they're a juggernaut offensively in terms of the ball control. They don't have a lot of big plays. They can run it, they can throw it, they can do all of that. Defensively, though, in your mind down the stretch here, is this group good enough to be a championship football team?
Well, they've been in a lot of close ball games, and they have great poise. We know that. Matt Ryan is great at the end of ball games. Turner just wears you down, as you see right now. But I'd be interested to see when they see a dynamic offense that can put up a lot of points, how this Atlanta offense can adjust and get away from the ball control offense and have to drop back and throw the ball coming from behind.
The Falcons, who have already put 10 points on the board by virtue of turnovers, now threatening to score again after that 15-yard run by Michael Turner. First and goal at the 6-yard line. Falcons has gone most of the game with 2 tight ends. Here's Turner again. He's pushing the pile.
Can't get him to the ground.
3.
You can't get Michael Turner to the ground.
How are your thoughts on Turner?
You talk to players around the league, defensive players, and particularly front 7 players, and I think there's a consensus that Michael Turner is probably the most physical running back in football, and it's the equivalent of fighting Joe Frazier. It's body blow, body blow, body blow, overhand right. So many of his runs come at the end of ball games when defenses are worn down.
3 wide receivers in here. Eric Weems is out to the left and goes in motion. Turner looking for some room, didn't find any. Back to the 5-yard line.
Hey, Howie, talk about the continuity up front, because I think Paul Boudreau has done a really good job as the O-line coach. But, I mean, when you can collectively keep all 5 of your guys together, and they've been together all season long, this is their 3rd year as a starter. Talk about how important that is.
Well, I think there's great continuity. They understand the rhythms of the calls and the blocking combinations. And the right side of that line you touched on a little earlier, Tyson Clabo and Harvey Dahl. There's a toughness and an edge to that side of the line. Harvey Dahl's a guy that if he's on your football team, you like him a lot. If he's not, you don't like him so much.
Ryan throwing, and the ball was caught by Roddy White for a touchdown. He didn't have much room, but Ryan got it in there. Roddy White with the touchdown grab, 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Matt Ryan. And once again, the Falcons take advantage of the turnover, turn the turnover into 6 points here. Howie, before we go, we've been talking all Atlanta. What about this NFC West and Seattle and the Rams? Rams lost today. They go to 6-8. Seattle now falling far behind. They'll be probably be 6-8 as well.
Yeah, it looks like everyone did their part today, so it's still wide open. I think the 83 Seahawks are still eligible.
Howie, thanks for joining us. Always a pleasure to hear your expertise and insight. We'll be right back. Back at Quest Field in Seattle, the Atlanta Falcons, now with 17 points off turnovers, have opened up a 34-10 lead on the Seattle Seahawks, as the Falcons trying to show everyone they are the best team in the NFC.
Unbelievably impressive when you think of coming all the way up here and doing what they've done through the first 3 quarters. Sam.
Here comes Leon Washington, and he is brought down as he crossed the 25 at the 27-yard line. Matt Ryan has thrown 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers. This one to Roddy White. White's 8th of the season. Here's what the NFC playoff picture looks like. Atlanta still playing, but they look like they're going to go to 12-2. Philadelphia won, beat the Giants. They lead the NFC East. Chicago's on top of the NFC North. Seattle at 6-7, still ahead of St. Louis. Giants still in the wild card picture. New Orleans also lost. They're in the wild card picture. Green Bay, Tampa Bay right behind. Matt Hasselbeck has the parka on. He is done. Charlie Whitehurst has come in to replace him.
Well, this should be interesting with Charlie Whitehurst. Now, tough day for Matt. You see they're 10 of 17. The bad decision in the end zone not to get rid of the ball that ended up being a sack, forced fumble, touchdown. But they haven't been on the field very long. And then you look at Whitehurst, Sam, who came in and started against the Giants when Hasselbeck was down with the concussion. 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions. It was I mean, you talk about the pressure in that game, that Giants front. He had no chance. Here down 24 points. It will be interesting to see how this O-line holds up in front of him.
His 3rd appearance of the season, his 6th career game. Pete Carroll and Matt Hasselbeck talking things over. Matt Hasselbeck, 4 interceptions thrown last week, 2 this week. He's thrown 10 in the last 4 games. You can't win that.
Well, and you have to think about his future here in Seattle too now. This is the final year of his contract up here with the Seahawks.
Whitehurst quickly outside to Ben Obabanu, his first catch of the game, and he's up to the 34-yard line. Well, earlier in the day, St. Louis lost at home to Kansas City, 27-13. Seahawks had a chance to get a hold of first place in the NFC West, but unless they mount a remarkable comeback in a little over a quarter, that's not going to happen.
We're going to have a division winner, a playoff contender as a 7-9 football team, Sam, to end the year.
It could happen. It could happen. Whitehurst goes straight back. He throws for Mike Williams, incomplete. Brent Grimes covering on the play. Seattle will go to Tampa Bay next week. St. Louis will play San Francisco next week. Then St. Louis and Seattle here, the final game of the regular season.
And Pete Carroll knows. Look, he knows how much work there is to do on this football team. And they've had injuries. They've had ineffectiveness at several positions. And he said it. I mean, they've been hanging on by a thread in a lot of these games.
On 3rd down, Whitehurst short drop throws. Tried to get it to Obabanu. He was covered by Dante Robinson. He wanted an interference call. There was no flag on the play, and we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. The Falcons, with defense leading to offense, have a big lead, 34-10. Back at Quest Field in Seattle. It is holiday time. Great outfits, great color, and a lot of great spirit. We start the 4th quarter. Sam Rose and Tim Ryan, glad you're with us. As John Ryan punts it away, short kick, takes a roll in favor of the Seahawks, and comes to a stop at the Atlanta 19. Falcons outscored Seattle 17-0 in the 3rd quarter to open up a big lead. That's a beautiful sight. Sun setting here in the Pacific Northwest. Turned out to be a gorgeous day. Chilly and rainy all week long, but the sun came out. A nice day preceding the start of winter. Falcons from the 19. Matt Ryan still in there. Michael Turner carrying. Gets a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line.
Frankly, I'm a little surprised Michael Turner's still out there. Up 24. Love to get that dude some rest here, headed down the stretch. Points off turnovers, Sam, 17 for the Atlanta Falcons. The number of plays has been dramatic. The time of possession has been, the contrast, huge. You're talking 61 plays for Atlanta, only 35 for Seattle. Hard to beat an 11-2 football team if you can't get your offense on the football field.
They've done a good job, stuck to their game plan, have not been intimidated by the big crowd and the crowd noise early in the game. Turner cuts it back, and he's shoved back. That's a strong play by Colin Cole in the middle of that defensive line.
Yeah, I don't know why Michael Turner's out there. Now, maybe Snelling's injury is playing a bigger role than we think as Jason comes into the game now. You got to get your bell cow Michael Turner over to the sideline and get him rested. I mean, remember last year when he hurt his ankle, they're a completely different team without the burner Michael Turner.
Michael Turner, 19 carries, 60 yards. Longest run of the game was 15. There is 3rd and 5. Everybody out. Ryan throws to Roddy White. Didn't hold on. Bernard Cox was covering on the play, and that's a 3 and out for the Atlanta Falcons. Good series for the Seahawks, who lost Marcus Trufant to a back injury late in the first half, and that hurt them because Atlanta, a sharp team, they immediately attacked that spot.
Yeah, there's no margin for error. This Seattle team's not good enough, and you lose one of your better players. It's hard to cover up for that.
Second punt of the game for Michael Kanan. Good high kick. Leon Washington at the 20. And he is taken down. Christopher Owens right there. And a flag goes down. Might be some taunting going on. Brian Williams involved with Michael Robinson of Seattle.
I tell you, Chris Owens was not affected at all by guys on the sideline. We've seen that thing get cleaned up here today.
After the play was over, personal foul, 26 by the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, there was some involvement by the players. They call it on the kicking team.
And here's what I was talking about. Sideline clean again. Just run up the sideline, baby. There'll be nobody getting in your way this week.
Each team in the NFL nominates a man for the NFL Man of the Year award. For the Atlanta Falcons, it's Christopher Owens. For Seattle, it's Roy Lewis. It's for their great work off the field, the great charity work that they do to help out in the community. And both these players have been tremendously involved all season long. They will be eligible for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award, which will be announced prior to the start of the Super Bowl.
That's right.
In Dallas.
Last year's award winner, Brian Waters
of Kansas City.
Yep.
Whitehurst handing off. And a short pickup on the play. That last penalty, by the way, was on Seattle, on Michael Robinson, who's involved with Brian Williams of the Atlanta Falcons.
Pete Carroll's just got to be miffed at his offense and the firepower of his offense. And they get their weapons back today. And I know Matt has had a rough day. Hasselbeck, they did get the 2 receivers back. But think of this, their first drive, their scoring drive. They came out, clicked 80 yards right down the field. Bang, bang, bang. Punch it in for an end zone, for a touchdown in the end zone. Sam, since then, 56 yards of offense.
They go with 3 tight ends here. Whitehurst goes back and fires, completes to Mike Williams. Good play after the catch. Williams, real good running after the catch, takes it up to the 29-yard line. First down, Seahawks. Gain of 17 on the play.
Well, that's a good job by Whitehurst, trying to corral a bad snap, still getting it out on time with great accuracy and location. And I'll tell you, they have got to find out about Charlie Whitehurst. Yeah. They gave up a lot for him in the offseason. With Matthew Hasselbeck's contract coming up at the end of the year, the evaluation process is on for Whitehurst.
He gets pressure. He throws for Williams. That's broken up. Dante Robinson covering on the play. Dante Robinson was a big signing for the Atlanta Falcons. And though he hasn't put up big numbers as far as interceptions are concerned, his overall play has been solid. They're very pleased with it. And they find that most teams tend to throw away from him more times than not.
Yeah, and he said he's just living the dream right now, loving every bit of it. Home in Atlanta where he grew up. And think about where he came from in Houston. He certainly didn't have this number of wins ever there.
Marshawn Lynch breaks a couple of tackles and a good run up to the 38-yard line. John Abraham with the tackle. Bring up a 3rd and 1. And Marshawn Lynch, who was acquired via trade from Buffalo. The Seahawks have to make a determination if he's going to be their feature back. down the stretch.
Now, they don't know who their feature back's going to be. You see, they're 18 consecutive games without a 100-yard rusher. They got to get that offensive line in order before they find out who their back is going to be, Sam.
Okay.
Listen, I mean, you think about Alex Gibbs retiring at the start of the season, no doubt stressed these guys. Then it's just been, injuries or musical chairs, one guy in, one guy out. Stacey Andrews, who's been starting at right guard, didn't practice well on Wednesday. He's inactive today.
That's right.
And they got to get this O-line fixed.
It took a good part of the season before Russell Okung, the first-round draft pick, came back from injury and started to play. Pressure, Whitehurst is hit, but he completes it to the tight end Carlson, who is taken out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
And he got rocked by Croy Bierman, and there's going to be a roughing on this play as Whitehurst delivers a big-time throw.
Roughing the passer, number 71.
And here it is. Croy Bierman, bang, crown of his helmet right to the face mask of Charlie Whitehurst, and that is a big-time throw. Back across his body, going to take the shot. Delivers a perfect ball to John Carlson.
31-yard gain on the pass. Tack on 15 yards for the roughing the passer penalty to Croy Bierman. And suddenly the Falcons find themselves deep or backed up. And the Seahawks in good position to score.
Plays in Atlanta's territory.
Just 10
for Seattle. That's a telling number.
Justin Forsett in at running back for the Seahawks, who need to put it in. Whitehurst goes underneath to Forsett, who dropped it. Did he hear footsteps of Sean Weatherspoon? Falcons are happy to see Weatherspoon back playing. He's not quite 100% physically. He's still getting back into top physical shape.
Yeah, and that knee's bothered him, Sam, and it has not gotten completely healed yet, and he is just limited to the third down stuff, the sub-package stuff. And he is a big-time hitter right there, and I think Forsett was feeling it. As you said, hearing footsteps, I think he turned his head to try to see where Witherspoon was coming from and couldn't hang on to the ball.
Lynch goes in motion, empty backfield. Whitehurst steps up, going short for Stokely, and he took a hard hit from William Moore, the safety. Moore just drove right through Brandon Stokely.
And here's the play before with Forsett. This was what I was talking about. Look at his eyes. See that? He's already got his eyes turned, trying to get a beat on Witherspoon, who's about to put the crosshairs on him. You got to watch that ball in.
Now on 3rd and 10, Forsett to the sideline, and Leon Washington has come in. Seahawks need a score. Obamano and Stokely go to the right side. Whitehurst throws, completes to Williams down to the 6-yard line, but he's short of the first down. They'll spot it at the 7. It'll be a 4th down.
Tell you, for as good as Mike Williams has been this year, and his numbers have been good, he's only got 1 touchdown coming into the game today. Look at those numbers defensively for Atlanta, and once again, Curtis Lofton leading them in tackles. He's their leader all season long, that middle backer who's very, very underrated.
Seahawks go for it on 4th and 4 with 3 tight ends in. Carlson, Baker, and Mora. Lynch sets up in the backfield. Whitehurst, he's got the first down. Nice play by Charlie Whitehurst, 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And clearly a quarterback draw call in the huddle. He had Marshawn Lynch wide open, Sam, on a swing route. He had made up his mind pre-snap that he's running this thing on a quarterback draw. And he puts his head down and runs into about 4 white jerseys right there in Atlanta.
Center Chris White, backup center, is in as an eligible. Lynch and Robinson in the backfield. Whitehurst, pressure, he runs for a touchdown. First career touchdown for Charlie Whitehurst.
And this is what you can't do when you got a quarterback that can run. You can't play man. And it is man coverage. You see everybody running off in those crossing routes. Lane opens up inside, and if you're not accounting for the quarterback in man coverage, and you got one that's willing to run and Whitehurst can do it, it's going to be able to break you down, and Charlie did it for the touchdown.
I'll correct myself. It's his second touchdown, first with the Seahawks. And the Seahawks will go for 2. Listen to the fans. Charlie. Empty backfield, blitz coming, pass for Carlson, incomplete, flag on the play. Wow. They'll get another chance on a pass interference call. Now look, we've got a little battle going on here as the tempers flare and the players have to be separated. Good job by the officials of getting things settled down right away. Whose shoe is that?
William Moore must have had a hold of John Carlson and pulled him and torqued his upper body, because it looked like he did a great job coming over the top and batting it out.
21, defense. Ball, play, defensive foul in the end zone. Place the ball at the 1-yard line.
William Moore is the one that was called for the pass interference, not Christopher Owens. But here it is. Wow. I mean, he came over his back, but did he materially affect him enough and pull and torque his upper body?
Well, the officials seem to think so as he took a look and threw the flag. So the ball spotted to 1 as the Seahawks again trying a 2-point conversion. Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. Whitehurst puts it up into the corner for Obamanu. He's in. It's good. The feet were inbounds. He beat the safety, Thomas Deku. Seahawks trying to mount a comeback.
That is a great throw. Look at him drop this dime right on Obamanu. Gotta love it if you're Charlie Whitehurst.
Good play by Obamanu on this.
Yeah, talked about how great the throw was. Watch the feet and the footwork by Obamanu. There's the catch. There's 1, and then there's 2 right inside the white stripe. Good job. That's awesome.
Now Seattle will kick it deep. Melinda Barra sending Harry Douglas back into the end zone, and he'll take a knee. Atlanta was anticipating an onside kick. Instead, Mare kicked it deep. Matt Ryan stays in the game. The lead is 16 points for Atlanta. Tim, it'll be interesting to see what Pete Carroll wants to do with his quarterbacks in the remaining 2 games of the season. Will he go with Charlie Whitehurst, or will he go back to Matt Hasselbeck?
Well, they're going to have to think about Charlie Whitehurst for sure, but if I know Pete, I think he probably sticks with his veteran and Matthew Hasselbeck.
Turner carrying on first down. Great work up front by the defense of the Seahawks. How about the leadership of Matt Ryan for the Falcons?
Well, it's incredible, especially in a venue like this. Look at him getting up to the line. He's directing traffic. He's changing plays. He's got hand signals going. The communication with his guys really is remarkable for a guy in year number 3 to do what he does with all those intangibles that you really can't measure.
On that last play, an injury to one of the Seahawks. We will check it out. We will step out for a moment. Some more big games coming your way next week. It's a doubleheader day on the NFL on Fox. It begins with the all-new Ford Edge Drive 1 pregame show, 9 Pacific. Then 49ers and Rams, Redskins and Jaguars. Late games, America's Game of the Week, Giants and Packers, Seahawks at the Bucks. Junior C of B was shaken up. So was Tyson Clayball. They both walked off under their own power after this play.
Watch the V go head up right there with Michael Turner and just shocks him. I mean, you look at Turner, and that just tells you the force that he comes with. Siavii is 320 pounds, and his body went limp as he just went head up with Michael Turner.
Now, the official went over to Claybo and sent him out of the huddle to the sideline because he was part of the stoppage of play.
You got to go out for one play. That's
Claybo
right.
wanted to stay on. He's all upset. Will Svitek replaces him. Look at Claybo. Don't blame me. He said the other guy was shaken up too.
I got to tell you, though, I am still surprised that Michael Turner is in the game at this point.
Well, I guess Atlanta not feeling totally comfortable, even with a 16-point lead. Kentron Ballmer, number 95, has replaced Junior Siavii. Here comes the crowd again. Ball play to Turner. And he pulls his way up to the 25-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Will Herring made the stop. Turner, 22 carries, 66 yards, 3 yards per carry. He just keeps rolling along.
You know how he does it. He'll do that, and then his 23rd carry, he'll go 56 yards.
Right.
Watch Matt Ryan just milk this play clock all the way down here.
Gartrell Johnson, number 27, has come in at running back. First-year man out of Colorado State on 3rd and 5. Johnson going wide, is taken out short of the first down. Good defensive series for the Seahawks. Time to update what's happening in Pittsburgh. Let's go to Kurt Menefee.
It's going down the final minutes. The Jets, Jason Taylor, putting a quarter in the Wayback Machine and getting the safety. Puts the Jets up 22-17, just outside the 2-minute warning. Jets trying to end that 2-game losing skid. Sam and Tim.
Oh, you're right about that. That's a huge game on the road for the Jets. Thanks, Kurt. So it's back-to-back 3 and out for the Atlanta Falcons. 2 good defensive series for the Seahawks. Cannon to punt it away. Leon Washington comes up, takes it at the 31, and is tripped up. Flags go down. 2 flags. And we will check them out. Might have been a holding on the return.
During the return, illegal block in the back, 39, return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
It's been a big day for the Babineau family. First, it started with Jordan Babineau of the Seahawks. Big hit on Matt Ryan. Then an interception that led to 3 points and a kiss from Mom. So Jonathan Babineau says, wait a second, watch this. I'll recover a fumble for a touchdown. Great story. Great story. Barbara Babineau and the family and friends coming up from Port Arthur, Texas to cook a big meal for the boys and then watch them play an NFL game. Justin Forsett in the backfield. Charlie Whitehurst, the quarterback. Seahawks down by 16. The short pass to Forsett. And he's taken down at the 24-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play. Seahawks go no huddle. They need to score in a hurry. Brandon Stokely in as a 3rd wide receiver, and the flags fly.
False start, number 65, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
That's on the center. Chris Spencer.
Think about Atlanta on the road, and we talked about them being efficient and being smart and how tough this place is to play for opponents in terms of all the procedural issues and penalties, especially pre-snap penalties that get called on opponents that come in here. 3 penalties today, 3 penalties all game long, Sam, for the Atlanta Falcons.
They are a well-coached team. From the 19, Whitehurst in trouble. as Jonathan Babineau had a hold of him. Whitehurst threw it, got it back to the line of scrimmage, so no intentional grounding. And good pressure from Jonathan Babineau.
That's a remarkable story when you talk about Mrs. Babineau and the two boys and making plays here today on a pro field, and here she is right here in the middle. But there's 3 more kids, and all 5 of them, Sam, and their father passed away when they were young. All 5 of them, as you said earlier, are college graduates. Incredible.
Just great. Movement all around.
False start, number 76. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Russell Okung across from John Abraham, and he jumped a little bit too soon. 10 penalties in the game for Seattle. That's a big discrepancy there. Washington and Robinson in the backfield for Seattle. They've got to get to the 30-yard line for a 1st down. Early Whitehurst, who was acquired from San Diego. Whitehurst steps up, throws short. Michael Robinson is wrapped up immediately. William Moore, who has really played well at safety for the Falcons, came up and made the play with help from Brian Williams. So that time the Seahawks didn't get anything done. A couple of penalties that hurt, and a good defensive series for the Falcons as Eric Weems steps back.
Yeah, this has been a get-right game for the Atlanta Falcon defense.
John Ryan's punt, a short one, bounces and takes a bounce in favor of the Falcons. Is touchdown by the Seahawks at the 47-yard line. Playing on the road is a big challenge. Our guys understand that. Touchdown pass to Michael Jenkins. So far, we've had success. Jonathan Babineau, defensive touchdown.
But
we'd like to add a little bit more. Like a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Oh, touchdown pass to Roddy White. Mike Smith has done a great job. 3 winning seasons. 2nd time in the playoffs for the Atlanta Falcons under Mike Smith.
Big time story. I'll tell you what they remind me of. Yeah. They remind me of these 05 Seattle Seahawks. Remember Seattle?
Turner carrying, breaks a couple of tackles. He's still going. The motor is still going. He's out of bounds at the 41-yard line, a 1st down.
And you remember those 05 Seahawks, and Matt Hasselbeck played great at quarterback, but they had Sean Alexander. Ended up winning the NFC West, ended up winning the NFC because they knew that if everything came through Seattle, if they could hold serve at the end of the year, and all the home field advantage, all the playoffs were going to come through this venue, they knew it was going to culminate in a Super Bowl appearance in Detroit. I really believe Atlanta feels the same way about their home field record, Sam, down in the Dome.
Well, in the Dome, they're 6-0, and they have 2 games remaining at home next week against New Orleans, final week against Carolina. But on the road, I think what's impressive for me is the fact that they've come outdoors, cold venues, 4 out of the last 5 games, including this one on the road, and they have played very well. This will be 8 wins in a row. They went to St. Louis, they won there. After a home game, they went to Tampa Bay, won a close one there in the 4th quarter, won at Carolina. Not great teams, but they came in and they got the job done, and they've been strong in all areas.
Rarely do they have self-inflicted wounds. This team does not self-destruct.
It'll be 8 wins in a row and a 12-2 record. And the final 4 minutes tick off in this one. Turner, over 80 yards in the game. In the NFC South, you still have 3 teams in the playoff hunt. Atlanta's in. They are in the playoffs, but now the division title is what they're looking for, and a #1 seed to make everyone come through Atlanta as long as they're alive. They play New Orleans next week and finish up against Carolina. New Orleans will finish up at Tampa Bay after the game in Atlanta. And you see the Tampa Bay schedule. They've got to play New Orleans the last game of the season. Next week, Seattle goes down there.
And again, can't stress how important it is that they hold serve and keep everything going through Atlanta. You mentioned 6-0 this year. The last 21 games in the Dome with Matt Ryan at quarterback, 20-1.
That's great. No, that's great. And we talked right at the top, Tim. We talked about questions on the defense, but you pointed out, and it shows in the way they play ball control offense. They don't overload the defense with that much pressure. They keep them fresh.
No, and for all of their...
That's Gartrell. That is Harry Douglas on the end around. Look at this. Most quarterback wins first 3 seasons of a career. Dan Marino, 33. Matt Ryan, 32.
Yeah, and how about all the draft pundits and prognosticators that hammered Thomas Dimitroff and the Atlanta Falcons when they took Matt Ryan at the 3 spot? Yeah, who's laughing now? He has been outstanding.
Everything they could have asked for. Timeout called by Seattle. The Falcons will punt now for Pete Carroll. This has been an up and down year, a transition year, a lot of turnover in personnel, and yet here they are, 2 weeks remaining in the season. They are tied with the St. Louis Rams at 6-8, the team that's still alive and has benefited through all this losing. 49ers still alive.
Incredible.
At 5-9. Arizona beaten today. They are officially eliminated.
I know this, just studying this team before the season, they have exceeded expectations of Seattle Seahawks in terms of the wins and losses already.
Kanan with the nose down, kicked the end over end punt. Fair catch called for by Leon Washington at the 10. 3:39 remaining in the game. And the Falcons broke it open with a big third quarter as they outscored the Seahawks 17-0. It was 17-10 at halftime, and they busted it open. Matt Ryan with 20 for 35, 174 yards and 3 touchdown passes. He now has a career high 25, and the owner saying thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Nicely done.
You know, you look at the other side with Pete Carroll, and they used this game, at least talked about it as a measuring stick. I mean, these are the type of teams and the type of games we want to play. They fell short to that.
Whitehurst to Mike Williams up at the 18-yard line. The other factor, and we talked about Seattle with all the transition and the turnover personnel-wise, is that the Falcons have remained relatively healthy. Yeah, a couple of injuries have set in here and there, but overall they've been pretty healthy. They need to stay that way and have good luck.
No, they've had great luck, and that's a big part of it. You know, they've got 31 new players on this Seahawks football team.
Boy.
I mean, that's an incredible number, and I'll tell you what's going to hurt them. A potential lockout. And I promise you, this Seattle team is ready to make moves. They're ready to hit free agency. Pete Carroll's ready to get right now. Sam, if there's no work and there's no free agency March 1st and these guys cannot attack it and be aggressive like they want to be, it's going to set them back.
Leon Washington carrying for a first down up at the 24-yard line. I told you not to use dirty words in the booth. Lockout is a dirty word.
I know that is.
I don't want to hear that word. Seahawks come to the line. I was certainly encouraged to hear some positive words from the commissioner early in the week.
Abraham.
John Abraham gets there for the sack. Second sack of the game for the Falcons. For John Abraham, that is 12 sacks on the season.
And he just has tremendous power. He's going to line up real wide and then bull rush Russell Okung. Get right under his pads, hit him between the 7 and the 6, and forklift him right into Charlie Whitehurst.
Whitehurst in trouble again. Being chased, down he goes at the 20-yard line. Brian Williams, the man who takes him down.
Good mobility by Charlie Whitehurst. And when you look at all the spread that's going on out there in today's game and all the man coverage to defend the spread, you got to have a quarterback that can use his legs and has mobility. Whitehurst certainly, Sam, has that.
It'll be an interesting decision for Pete Carroll to go into these final 2 games. Does he try Charlie Whitehurst to try and get him the victory? Because Matt Hasselbeck, as you pointed out, Tim, he's playing with one arm, and that affected him in the fumble in the end zone, and it certainly affects the way he hands off. You've got a mobile guy here. Maybe Charlie Whitehurst is the guy to finish up. So we've come down to 2:01 remaining after the incomplete pass. We'll get the 2-minute warning. It's 4th and 8. Seattle trying to keep it alive. They've got to get to the 34-yard line for a first down. With 3 wide receivers in. Whitehurst unloads, almost intercepted by Brent Grimes. He had a pick earlier. He wanted one there. We've hit the 2-minute warning. The Atlanta Falcons can smile and can start to celebrate. The owner, Arthur Blank, went up and down the line along the bench, patting his players on the back.
Great owner and deserves a lot of credit. I mean, you had to feel so bad for him under the Mike Vick situation and how all that went down. Bobby Petrino, how all that went down. He goes out and hires Mike Smith, and they haven't looked back.
Well, that was a terrific hire. As time winds down, I want to let you know the producer of today's game is Mike Burks, the director Greg Scopatoni, associate director Tom Yohe, broadcast associate Matt Saldana, the technical producer Frank Phillips. Special thanks to our great crew led by Tim Baser, Ty Yohe, who was 40 years old yesterday, and Pat Caballero. The studio show produced by Scott Ackerson and directed by Bob Levy. Associate director Stephanie Medina. Highlights coordinator Janice Casaza. Studio technical supervisor is Jack Simmons. Our spotter in the booth, Gary Lynn. Our statistician in the booth, Emmett McGuire. Mark Sosna, computer stats. We thank everybody for their great work, and from all of us at Fox to all of you, we wish you a very Merry Christmas, happy holiday season, and enjoy the rest of the holidays, and be with us next week because we've got a great doubleheader on Fox coming your way. We're going to send you back to our studio. The guys are standing by. They will wrap up the day's action after we break for a commercial. But for the Atlanta Falcons, another strong showing. Seattle scored first, took the opening kickoff, marched 80 yards. And then the Falcons took over, took control of the game, led by Matt Ryan. Michael Turner rushed for 82 yards, 3 touchdown passes for Matt Ryan, and the Falcons are 12-2, number 1 in the NFC, and they finish up the season with back-to-back home games against New Orleans and Carolina. Seattle will go to Tampa next week. They're 6-8, still tied with the St. Louis Rams for first place in the NFC West. For Tim Ryan, this is Sam Rosen. Thanks for being with us. Merry Christmas. The studio is coming up after this timeout.